Gerome, and I'm a solution consultant with OneTenth Consulting, and I'm excited to walk you through a feature video and demo of volunteer management in Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud, which was released with Salesforce's Summer 25 release. And in this video, we'll explore how nonprofit teams can organize volunteer programs, assign different roles and shifts, track participation, and report on that impact, all from Salesforce. So just to explain what volunteer management is in Salesforce, it's a solution purposely built for planning, tracking, and reporting on volunteer engagement, and allows you to do things such as launch new volunteer initiatives, assign jobs and manage shifts, monitor participation and volunteer hours, and much more. So whether you're just getting started or scaling up your volunteer programs, Salesforce makes it easier to keep everything organized, measurable, and impactful. For today's demo, we'll be stepping into the shoes of a fictional nonprofit called Healthy Communities. Their mission is to improve the health and well-being of people and communities through access to healthcare, nutrition, and sanitation. And they rely heavily on their volunteers to deliver impactful programs like mobile health clinics, community garden days, hygiene kit assembly, and nutrition education workshops. So as their programs grow, so is the need for a scalable solution to coordinate volunteers effectively, and that's where Salesforce comes in. Let's now meet our key user and persona for this demo, the volunteer coordinator. Their day-to-day responsibilities include organizing volunteer events, tracking hours and attendance, reporting on program impact, and communicating with volunteers to help keep them engaged. But like many nonprofits, Healthy Communities faces a few growing challenges. Their volunteer programs are expanding, and manual spreadsheets just don't cut it anymore. They need accurate data to support grant applications and board reporting, and volunteers have varied availability, making shift management essential. And then finally, they want to ensure that volunteers feel informed and motivated to continue giving their time. And this solution is built for that. So let's dive into a real scenario using Salesforce and actually logging into the system. And these are some of the steps that we're going to take here in this use case. So our volunteer coordinator is launching a new initiative called Winter Nutrition Workshops to help families learn affordable, healthy eating strategies during colder months. And here's how they're going to manage that initiative in Salesforce. So in Salesforce, we do have a volunteer management app, and up top we see the component, which is a rich text, just giving us as an internal user some more insight on how this app is designed to function and work. Of course, for each organization that uses Salesforce, this may be different. You maybe have different goals for using the volunteer management app, but this is what a kind of homepage would look like. And below that rich text, we have the volunteer management dashboard set up with some very basic reports. The first one being volunteer initiative this year, just showing us all of our volunteer programs and initiatives that we have for the rest of this year. And then next to that is the job positions and assignments, which show us those the job positions and then what account or person in Salesforce that's assigned to, and letting us know what volunteer program all that is related to as well. So these are some of the objects, and this is the main architecture of volunteer management. We have volunteer initiatives, which we're going to create at least one of each one of these records, just to show you an example here. But ideally, and I'll talk about this a little further, job position assignments would be created right through an Experience Cloud site or bulk uploaded or through a different process to be able to do the multiple at one time, but we're just going to be creating one record for these scenarios. So the first one is going to be volunteer initiatives, and we're going to create this record here as Winter Nutrition Workshops. We're going to say the status is going to be upcoming. We'll give it a start date of November for winter. Let's say it goes on till somewhere in February. And then we'll just give it a brief description here. Let's say it's a seasonal program offering free nutrition, nutrition education workshops. And then we'll go ahead And there's some other fields here that you can see. You can start to kind of visualize and see that we can have summary fields here. So all the volunteer hours that are related to this, all the total active volunteers that are related to this, how many people are assigned to the different jobs. We can start to get this information to this parent level volunteer initiative, which is our overarching program. So we're going to go ahead and create that record. And then the next step would be to actually create some job positions. So I'm just going to create a few here just so we can have a full example. The first one would be just a workshop facilitator. I'm going to copy this as the title as well. I'll leave these other ones blank for right now, but you do have, you can see the kind of fields that we have here available for use. I am going to create a setup crew job position. I'm also going to do a nutrition coach. So now that we have these different job positions set up here, I'm going to add a shift for a particular job position. And when we create this record, we'll kind of see what information this is collecting. So what it's saying is this will be a shift that a volunteer can be assigned to, or they can also, like I mentioned before, through Experience Cloud, through an external site, they can actually sign up for themselves. So I'm going to put this date as that first day of the volunteer initiative of the program. I will just set it as upcoming. We'll say that the start time, let's say 6 p.m. 6 to 8 p.m. We can also give us a description, things like that. I'm just going to click save for right now. Now, related to a job position shift is an actual job position assignment. So we can actually assign this to a particular person within Salesforce. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to create a new job assignment, and just to reiterate, this is what would be created if someone was to go through Experience Cloud site and sign up for a shift. They would be a job position assignment record would be created, but we're going to go ahead and create this manually. And this is also what I was speaking to when, if you want to assign multiple volunteers to a particular job shift or a job position, you could do so in bulk, whether through an upload or through some other type of process. So I'm going to assign this as a status of upcoming. Let's say that this is a 6 o'clock start time. Just put 6 o'clock here real quick. Then it ends on the same day. Oops. And let's say it's 2 hours here. And then, yeah, let's add our setup crew. And then let's relate this to one of our contacts. So we'll just relate this to Alex Brown for right now, letting us know that Alex is a part of the setup crew for this particular event. And let's go ahead and save this. So now we see that Alex Brown is assigned this particular job position for this shift on this job position. And that's kind of an end-to-end process of all the records that we want to create here in volunteer management to be able to track this. Of course, we could see different views here. So if I was to go to the setup crew, I can see the job position shift here that we've created. I can also see the job position assignment that we created as well, all related to the setup crew. So you can imagine we have multiple shifts for setup crew, multiple different assignments. We can see all that from this top level of the setup crew of the particular job position that we're assigning and creating shifts for. Last thing I want to do here is just take a look at Alex Brown's record and see that Alex Brown is set up for 2 different job position assignments here, and one's for the fall nutrition workshops, the other one's for the winter nutrition workshops. I forgot to fill in a field here. So yeah, we can see that Alex Brown is assigned the setup crew job position for both the fall nutrition workshops and winter nutrition workshops. So this volunteer will be participating in two different initiatives that we have to offer, and we can see that from their profile here, along with their other information as well. If they're a fundraiser, if they're a part of our programs, things like that, all the different relationships that they may have, we can have all that information here on their person account profile and be actionable with that. So the last thing I want to touch on is actually using Agentforce. So Agentforce is Salesforce's built-in AI assistant designed to automate tasks and can be used internally or externally to assist with business processes. So in this example, we'll be generating an email reminder to send to the constituent about their job assignment. So let's say, and to use Agentforce, you would use this button up top. Select Alex Brown here. Then it drafts us a basic email that we can use here. Just a template. It gives us our information as our user record as well, so we can see that we have an email template that we can go ahead and send out, or we can make edits to this before we want to send it out to Alex Brown, but we can do that directly from Agentforce. And of course, it can help you do a lot of other internal business processes as well. Just wanted to show this as a quick, brief example. But that wraps up our feature demo of volunteer management in Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud. And as you've seen, with this solution, we can do a lot of different things, like not launch initiatives faster. We can keep volunteers informed. We can track and report on program impact, and we could scale operations without losing valuable time to manual work. So thank you all for watching. Feel free to give me a follow on LinkedIn and connect there. But also check out the OneTenth.consulting website for more information. And thanks so much.